That's working. That's better. And video broadcast just decided to stop working, as it does. The stack has grown. So I've made some progress since yesterday's stream. So yesterday got to the point where I configured the zip drive to, read via the A590 here. Works perfectly fine, although I did have an issue with the auto install utilities on Workbench 2.04 and probably 2.05 and 2.1, I'm assuming. They look for a device on ID 6, and the A590, I'm assuming, would more than likely be the internal drive is set to ID 6. Because I'm actually bypassing the hard drive in here, I've got the hard drive disconnected from the A590 to facilitate using the zip drive, only because there's a bootable disk in here and I don't want to use that. So I've just disconnected the power, connected the zip drive, and away we go. The thing is, the zip drive was set to ID 5 so that it wouldn't conflict with ID 6 here. And so when I went to use the automatic install utilities, it failed because it was looking for a device on ID 6, and I switched the switch on the back to ID 6. And it didn't work. The setting didn't change, and silly me, if I had to put a bit of thought into it at the time, you need to power cycle, potentially power cycle the zip drive and potentially the A590, the controller in here. Not 100% sure if you need to do both, but anyway, I found that after powering the system off last night and coming back this morning, I was just assuming that the automatic install utilities wouldn't see this on ID6. And I thought, I'll just double check and go into HD Toolbox, and bingo, it's because I'd switched to ID6 like yesterday. Here it is showing up on ID6. So I had a replay this morning with installing an operating system on the zip drive, and we can see that in action actually. I must set that delay dip switch on the back. Dip switch 3 is the delay. I think I could probably get away without that. And so you'll see here that we've got a nice clean copy of Workbench 2.04, because that is the Workbench that came with the that upgrade pack. That you could buy a separate pack for your Amiga 500. That one there, to upgrade it from Workbench, from a Kickstart 1.3 ROM to a Kickstart 2.0. And it comes with, out of the box, it comes with 2.04 Workbench. And so, in keeping with that nostalgic kick that I need to get, that's what I'm going for here. And so we have, this is running from the zip disk, right? So everything is, as you'd expect it. In fact, I want to just set that time. The time and date's not too far out. But it's currently June the 22nd, that's correct, 2025. Y2K compatible. It's good. And so this is all great. the idea with this whole system here is to have it set up so that I can play WHD load games. I'm not 100% sure whether this system here will actually handle it, because this is only a 1 meg chip RAM. It's got 512K chip, 512K what they call slow RAM, and so you can see up there that it's got 439K graphics memory free. We've got 6 meg of fast RAM. That's 4 in the super RAM here, this little sliver down the side here, 4 in here, and 2 in the A590. Whether that's enough to run WHD load, I don't know. This might be a complete failure. But what I can do is I can set up like hard drive installable games, for instance Railroad Tycoon. The idea also is to add a CD-ROM drive. Not sure if that'll work, but we'll give it a go. And I've got Super Frog. Most of the stuff that I've got on CD more than likely is probably AGA, so definitely won't run on this. But yeah, things like Civilization, you know, I don't know, put D-Paint on it. What else have I got? I've got other games that will install on it, probably best played on other machines like the Frontier Elite. It's better off played on an accelerated machine. But yeah, that's sort of the plan anyway. Plan for today. So, what I thought was, because I've only got 100 megs of space on this zip disk here, I thought that if we have a look here, yeah, you can see, so the default install is what, 3, 6, I think it's a 6 meg partition is the default prep. I mean, I don't have to run with that. In fact, I probably won't. I think I'll do manual partitioning, but I suspect that, you know, the WHD load, and when I put some games and bits and pieces on here, that'll be filling the system. So I've got the work here, that's a 40, I think it just formats the remainder of, not the zip drive because that's 100 meg, but potentially the remainder of like a 40 meg drive or thereabout, 40, 45, 40 something meg drive anyway, but it's formatted, you can see 41 meg there. And so the remainder I've just set up a partition there of 45 megs. So it looks like 55 probably for the OS and the work partition, and 45 for the remainder. I just want a little bit more room, and I thought, well, why not? We'll plug in the Syquest drive, and that is a 44 megabyte Syquest cartridge, and use that as probably just like the workbench, and maybe, yeah, I think probably just workbench, not 100% sure. And then I'll have zip drive as like my games partition. So maybe 44 meg. I have to see how much space the install takes up actually. So yeah, it might be a couple of attempts to do this, but sort of living and learning as I go. So primary boot will be Syquest. We'll use zip drive for data as such in games. And then once that's all set up, I'll have a go at getting a CD-ROM set up and make this reasonably versatile little Amiga 500. I'm just playing around really. There's no, I mean, it's going to make a nice machine. Definitely need a lot more work, desk space than this. By the time I get the CD-ROM on here, which is another device that's similar to this, similar size to the blimmin' Syquest there. It's going to be a monster. But this is the sort of stuff I like to do. Messing around, setting up systems. Installing operating systems, especially old original ones that take me back to my very first Amiga 500, although I never did have a hard disk for my Amiga 500, but I certainly did have Workbench 2.04. And so this is all very nostalgic for me. Yeah, I just have a bit of fun doing this stuff. So the plan is, now that I know the procedure, the plan is to hook up the Syquest. So I think what I'll do, this does not have a pass-through at this stage. I think there's facility for it, but it's not cabled to the back, so I can't pass SCSI, you know, I can't, this has to be the end of the line. So I think what I'll do is, if I just turn the zip drive off there, I'll set this to 6. This needs to be 6 because it's going to be the boot drive, and I have set the jumper, the ID on the back to 6, and I'll set the zip drive to, gee, I'm worried about termination now, but I think the Syquest might be internally terminated. We'll see. So I've set the zip drive to ID 5 and turn the termination off. And then if we plug the Syquest into the back of the zip, I'm hoping we'll see the Syquest. Should turn the noise cancellation off so you can hear the Syquest do its thing. I'll do that later for you. Not sure if this will boot because the Syquest might be interfering a bit here. It's actually trying to boot from the Syquest. Oh, that Syquest's actually got 3.1 on it. Yeah, it's looking for a CD-ROM drive. So yeah, Workbench. Yeah, this is 3.1. Probably used it with the Amiga 2000. I'm not 100% sure I want to use that disk actually. probably okay to use. $44 megabytes. Basically, it's a removable hard drive, I guess. Or could it be something they call like rigid disk or... Hey, Mr. Xeon. You today? I'm going to set that delay off if I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm having a good go, Ento. I'll have... I guess you call the A590 the host. So I'll have 3 devices on it at this stage. I can't think of anything else to put on it. A tape drive is really what I want to get. I know it sounds crazy, but I want a SCSI tape drive. Like, not those horrible ones that have the rubber bands in them that fail, but just something that's reliable but potentially old. It doesn't have to be high capacity or anything like that. I don't know. I just want to dick around with using tape backup software on the Amiga. I guess what else could I put on there? SCSI scanner. I think I've got a SCSI scanner. Could do that. Craziness. Oh, you've got a DAT one. Yeah. I'd like to find something that's reliable. You know, it's got reliable media, etc. Surely they're probably just being dumped, eh? I'm assuming tape drives, so if they're probably being recycled, right? I would assume. Matter of being in the right place at the right time for the recyclers. You see the odd one to come up on Trade Me and that, but they're just crazy prices for... See, what's on here? 98% full. Blitz CD. So, yeah, there's some... just wonder whether I could copy some of that off and copy it onto the zip and then use the zip drive in my Windows 8 machine under here to actually store these files. That might be quite a good idea. How big's that? That's only 10 meg or something, isn't it? Let's dump that. Oh yeah, I remember we were using LTO. So I remember we had those God, I'm trying to remember the names of the big, quite large tapes. They've got a band in them, and they're the ones that I've got the drives for. But basically, all the media is no good, and you can replace the bands in them, but it's not 100% guaranteed that it's going to be successful. And then we went to ATI. I think they were called AIT drives, and I remember those. I remember people at work having a lot of issues with them, but I think part of the problem is they weren't using the diagnostics tools for them. The drives or the backups would be failing, or the verifiers would be failing, and they'd just like throw their hands in the air and say, "Oh, the drive's faulty." We send it back, and then not the manufacturer, the supplier would say that the drive's actually okay. Maybe it's the media or something like that. So I do remember getting in quite deep with the diagnostics of those tape drives. But in that company, they sort of got a bad name for being unreliable. But they weren't 100% reliable, of course, but I don't think they were as bad as what they were sort of making them out to be. And then after the AITs, I think we went to the LTOs, from memory. Sending the SCSI SSD. What? How? Yeah, potential issues with those is well, they got the wrong connector on them for a start. I guess I do have an adapter to adapt to that connector, I think. But the capacity is probably too large. And the capacity of how much it would empty from my wallet would probably be quite substantial as well, by the look of it. But yeah. What else you got? Linux on the Amiga. Oh yeah. Modern Linux on an A1200, A3000. That looks interesting. Yeah, cost and capacity, potential massive capacity, which the Amiga won't like. But yeah, I'm kind of keen to go for like actual physical tape, go old school. That's taken a little while to copy, isn't it? I think that was 10 megs. Should be able to get this entire Syquest emptied off. Just not 100% sure what all this is. I mean, this is as I got the disc from the previous owner. Yeah, neat. So are the DAT tapes reasonably reliable, Into? Oh no, it's still reading. Yeah, more reliable than the other ones that I've got, I'm sure. Nothing could be any more unreliable than those. The thing is, the two spools, if you know what I mean, if that's what they're called, they're driven, instead of being driven by capstan. I think the way it works is the capstan or something drives the one of the reels, and the other reel is taken up by a rubber band that goes right around the system, and it just basically synchronizes the two reels. Not even sure. Yeah, I don't even know if there is a capstan as such. But basically the rubber bands just deteriorate and fly apart. Turn to goo, and yeah, they're pretty nasty. There's a video of someone trying out all sorts of different types of banding to replace them, but it's a matter of finding the right bands, and even he had trouble finding the right things, and they were sort of looked to me like it was borderline. Yeah, except the belt's internal to the media. So it's the actual media I'm talking about, not the, yeah, definitely. It's the media itself. The drive itself's reasonably straightforward. There's a read, write, erase head. I'm trying to remember if there is a capstan in there. They're quite simple, but difficult to repair that media. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. This has taken a wee while to copy a 10 meg file, isn't it? 9. Something like that. In meg. I don't think the Syquest is overly quick, and of course, I think from what Evil C was saying yesterday is the bus can be quite easy to. Oh yeah, I might have said gig. Just out of habit. 10 meg. Yeah, I think Evil C said it's quite easy to sort of saturate the bus on this system here. But yeah, we'll leave that to do its thing. I'm just going to go and grab a quick coffee. I'll be back in a second. We'll let that do its thing.
Commodore, the computer for the creative mind.
Experience the mind unbounded. Amiga, the first personal computer that gives you a creative edge.
son. Remember to roll and land, all right, buddy?
Yeah.
That's my boy. Dinner ready, honey?
Now, with over 200 games, there's only time for the important things in life.
Microsoft, ready to play. From the co-designer of the hit title Civilization comes Age of Empires. From the Stone Age to the Iron Age, experience 10,000 years of amazing discoveries as you build your tribe into a great civilization. Will you explore new lands, amass great riches, or conquer all in your path? You choose your favorite form of world domination. Age of Empires.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
The world's #1 selling home computer is now in a family pack, the Commodore 64, plus data cassette and joystick, 4 software programs including Introduction to Basic, a teach-yourself program for the whole family. The Commodore 64 Family Pack, a value of $700 for just $499.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Right, pay attention, Bond. This is the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus 2. It's a fully operational computer with 128K memory, but it comes with 3 James Bond games and a light gun that fires armor-piercing shells. Now that's your assignment. No, don't sit in that chair. Sorry, Bond. Haven't perfected that yet. The Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus 2.
Aren't you astronauts?
Yes, ma'am. We like to compare notes with Stevie on the new space station.
Hi. Hey, we're the Pointer Sisters. We need Stevie's help with our new album.
The Amiga computer. What can it do? Well, what do you want it to do?
I need some more help.
Mr. O'Neill. Upstairs first door on the left.
Amiga from Commodore, the computer for the creative mind.
Experience the mind unbounded. Amiga, the first personal computer that gives you a creative edge.
Okay, son. Remember to roll and land, all right, buddy?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Finally finished. It's finally finished that one file. How big's this one? Nearly 4. That's not going to make for a very exciting stream, is it? Yeah. So this could take a little while. What can we talk about? Talk about my rearrangement of the room here. It looks slightly better, I think, than that bloody mess that I had before. What I want to do, this is all sort of reasonably temporary. What I want to do is that shelf there goes from there to about there. Yeah, so what I did is I whacked a no, that shelf's always been there. That there is where that mess of bloody Amiga 1000s was. It's I had the 1000 standing up there now, and I whacked the 1084 there. I cleared this a little bit so at least I can get to the 2 top shelves of my records there, and just sort of tidied this up along here and added, so I've added this. Yeah, probably the last few streams. You probably don't notice it because I just have it quite small, that window, eh? And so what I did is that those chrome wire shelves there, that one there, that's a nice big one. That one there was just a small one I had spare, and it's not quite wide enough, and it looks quite sort of, it looks like that Amiga's sort of teetering on the edge, but it's not really, it's just the angle that you're seeing it on. There's probably only that much of the Amiga hanging off the side. And there's a hulking great power supply in that Amiga 500 box, which is weighting it down on the right-hand side there. And then I just put some, so I emptied that box there, and then I've just got lightweight games and bits and pieces sitting on top of it. And whacked the CD32s on top of that shelving unit just to the left there. It's just something a little bit more interesting for people to look at, I guess. Yeah. But what I'd like to do is get a wider shelf. So extend it, you know, like get from there out right over as close as I can to the wall there, because I mean at the moment that leg there, it's not going to be in the way. I've still got a reasonable amount of workspace just here. That's my workbench. They are luggables, not sewing machines. They look like sewing machines, don't they? Yeah, they're luggable. They're 5155s. Both working. One of them I got cheap because the guy said, oh, it's not working. It doesn't display anything. And so I got it reasonably cheap on Trade Me. Reasonably cheap, not for nothing. and opened up the top, and there's a cable that comes from the back of this little CRT, or from the CRT driver, plugs into the MDA card. That was disconnected. Plugged it in, turned it on, it went. So I have 2 of them now. It's quite good to have. I think it's quite good to have a couple of, at least a couple of, the same model of retro PC or retro computer if you can, just for, sometimes it can help with diagnosing issues, and, it's good to have, spare bits. Oh, I missed Pika Delphon followed. If you're still there, Pika, thanks for the follow. I might have been on an ad break there. Yeah, you know what it's like if you're trying to diagnose something and you've got like 4 things that it could be causing the issue. It's just so nice to be able to, swap a bit and know for sure that it's not that. Or compare signals, or, compare it with your good known one. Okay, that's done. How big's this one? Six and a half. That looks like it'll be Final Writer or something like that. That someone's basically zipped up. You can't see that. That one there, Final W. Is something someone zipped up from Final Writer, I guess. This is probably not really worth backing up. I don't know. The thing is, you don't know until you have a look. That's a Commodore 128 with a bad keyboard. So I need to sort that out. What else have I got? The Dick Smith Wizard. I haven't really done much with that on stream, have I? The thing with the Dick Smith Wizard is it's RF only at this stage. I can capture RF, but it looks, it's pretty terrible output, but to be honest, I'm not really too worried about that, because that's how I remember it. It would kind of spoil it for me if I made that image perfect, if there is a way. I'm sure there will be, like an RGB mod or something like that. It would sort of take something away from it for me. I like to see it with all the bloody interference and crap that goes with RF. In fact, you can get RF to look not too bad. Spectrum 2 Plus, CPC 464, just the one with the lovely coloured keys on it. To be honest, I've not really done much with the CPC. I never had one back in the day, don't know much about them. I'm not even sure of the state of that one. I'm assuming the tape drive probably needs work. There's a Specky up there, but I've got Spectrums in a wardrobe stashed in here. Different versions, 1648K versions. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries, man. Oh, I like the photo of your steam train. I think there was something on the news about them bringing some old steam trains out or something. Palmerston North, was it? Yeah. I assume that's what you got a photo of. Looked pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, it's all right. Noise cancellation on. 2 Steam Locos. Oh yeah, was it noisy and good? Yep, she's just got home. The Pro Pack's obviously Commodore 64. I thought that that just, yeah, has a little bit more to look at there, rather than a complete mess on that shelf there, which it was really messy. Sort of tidied it up a little bit, and it was quite messy up there as well. Sort of just boxes of junk. Not really junk, it just had bits and pieces. I think there's a couple of VZ200s up there, Dick Smith VZ200s. One of them is in a bit of state physically. The other one is clean as a whistle but doesn't boot. And I think it's just a RAM problem. So the little VZ200s, I don't know a hell of a lot about. A friend of mine had one back in the day, though a very basic machine. But there's a certain amount of nostalgia for me with the VZ200. The one in the blue, that's a Dick Smith System 80, and that blue cover, that one. Got a couple of System 80s. Having trouble with the tape drives on them. One of them's, I mean, it's been the bands are okay and everything like that. One of them's just seems to have an issue with saving, I think it is, but only after a certain amount of time. After it's been on for a little while, it almost seems like it could be cats or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But that's, I've got another one so I can swap the tape drives in a minute. Another beautiful day to be sitting inside. Oh, g'day Pika. Thanks for the follow, by the way. First time chat. So you can see pretty much what happens around here. Yeah, I think I was maybe had an ad break, did I? When you sometimes I miss the notifications. But yeah, you get a fair idea of what we get up to around here just by looking in the background there. That's pretty much what we're into. What you don't really see there is PC, apart from those two IBM 5155 sitting down here. You don't really see much in the way of PC because it's all sitting under my desk over here. But yeah, we do quite a bit of PC stuff around here as well. Just in a, yeah, that's the one, Xeon. Filling small rooms with useful retro stuff. Useful for playing games and farting around with. And so yeah, I like to fix them up, keep them going best I can. At the moment, I'm just copying files from this Syquest drive here. Yep. Okay. What were you into? Yeah, I was. Oh, I mean, PC was around, but I started off with the ZX81, so that gives you a bit of an idea where I sort of came into it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of Diablo 2 tonight. Good. So were you into the old stuff, Pika? Like, really old stuff? RCA. Is that, that's like the RCA company that we all know, I take it. Cosmic Kit. I've not heard of that. You live in New Jersey. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember the Atari 400s. That's copied. Okay. Not sure if this is going to fit. That's 22. That's going to take a hell of a long time. Graphics. Graphic DMS.lha. That's going to take bloody ages. Yep. There you go. Mr. Xeon's got you covered there. I'm concerned that that's going to take a hell of a long time. It's going to make for a bloody boring stream. I wonder if I should. There's no fast way of doing it. That would mean a whole lot of tidying up. Lots and lots of tidying up. No, I'm not really prepared for that at all. Yeah, but I'm not prepared for it either. Far, far from it. I need to put a bit of prep into that one. I wonder if I could extract that. Oh, it's got a space. Oh, is that? Oh, I put a space in it, didn't I? Doofus. Oh, I don't have LHA on here. This one says it's got ST fax on it. Don't have access to Facebook, but I'm assuming I can just. Oh yeah, yeah, you would fit in right in around here. So you have quite a few CRTs there. That's good. Now what do we got? Ah. Is it not seeing that at all? It's not seeing anything there. Address. Yeah, I remember this being a problem. Okay. See you, Zion. Catch you later on. I do recall the dip switches. Oh, there's a little toggle up and down switch on the back of the Syquest for the IDs. And they don't correlate, so I've got it set to 6 and it says it's 3, so I'm going to have to put a bit of work into actually I don't really need to set it to 6 because I'm not going to use the auto system anyway. Let's see if we can. Not enough space for configuration. Try low level. So that would imply that there's actually nothing readable on this disk. So that'll be a good contender for a workbench install, I think. But yeah, see, it can't. It wants me to low level format it. I don't really want to do that. We'll leave that. So that will definitely make a good contender for a workbench install. So let's do that. Find the bloody disk. Is it in there still? Oh yeah. That would make sense. Okay. Let's just eject the zip. The reboot. Eventually we'll get around to gaming. One day. So I don't want to use these utilities because this will look for ID6 in the SCSI. So we'll do the manual partitioning. And I'm just going to take the Syquest Holus Bolus, the 44 meg, for the workbench, and then we'll use the zip drive for, you know, games and work in quotes. Right, so it says it's changed. Let's just define. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I did know but had forgotten again was for Workbench 2.0x or 2.x you need WB_2.x. There. Bootable, yes. Click OK. See if we can. Not enough. I think this is going to need a low-level format. That's still not happy. Try removing file system or partitions. Okay. Let's delete. Select it. Delete it. Not going to let me. I wonder if this disk is dodgy. Yeah, you kind of have to angle the whole machine back, don't you? That's what I need to play around with at some stage too, is the Atari 1040, which I know bugger all about. I don't know that much about the STs. I've really only just fired them up and looked at them, and that's about all as far as I've got. But I have collected a few games and bits and pieces for them over the years, so it's something that I'll explore at some stage. Its prep hard drive's going to fail. I was thinking about trying that. Potentially there's only really one way to deal with this, and that is to connect the Syquest drive to the PC and use old disk part, clean it. I'm kind of in a catch-22 with this drive. Yeah, it won't let me low-level format it either. So let's find another disk. Yeah. It's quite cool having that OS on ROM, eh? If I've got a disk that's doesn't have too much data on it, I can easily back it up and then just wipe it. Should be quicker if I boot from that zip disk. I got mine from Evil C, and it's got a GoTech in it. Looks like this might only... oh, it's actually... oh, that can be probably put away. Same with that. And that is the entirety of... so 26 meg in use. But this potentially could be bootable. See, there's some club articles and things like that from potentially from the Nelson Amiga Users Club. That's why I don't want to just blow these away. Delete these. Copied them from the other. Oh. Not for this. Not for this system anyway. This works natively. It's a SCSI device, so it tends to, well, we can't say that for all of them, but HD Toolbox sees it, which is pretty much, yeah, so the driver must just be in the operating system. Yeah. I'm tempted to not mess around with that one at this stage. That's got some data on it that I would like to look at. This sounds a bit noisy, but hopefully it's okay. SD0 not bootable, but I can't. SDH0, I can't see it anywhere. SDH0. Yeah, I can't see it. Tempted to try and boot it actually. Let's see if I can boot it. Really, I think the partition was set as non-bootable as well. It seems funny that it's set to SDH0, which would imply that it's a boot, it's a bootable, you know, like it's a first partition, which is what you'd expect. Expect on a typical install. See whether I can use this one. Oh, look, it's seeing it now. 97% full again. Oh, God. And there's more stuff. Interesting it saw it second time around. Probably needed to be a little bit more prepared for this stream, as in have a media ready to actually install. Looks like a lot of these Syquests are actually chocker. It might actually be booting off. What is it booting off? Something there now. Another SDH0. 100% full. More club articles. Oh yeah, it's potentially dodgy. here to see if this is set bootable. Tempted just to use that Workbench 3 disc that I've got, because there won't be anything sort of old important on it. I do have it written on some of these. I have actually backed them up, but I think they're actually just file level backups, which is fine. But I prefer to get like image level backups of them. This one here, Workbench 3.1. Let's just start with this one. Just timing out, waiting for a boot device. the install for the CD-ROM. Get rid of that. That's still called Workbench. I wonder, actually I'll probably just format that. Yeah, I'll do a quick format on that one. what I'll probably end up doing at some stage is setting this up on a separate table and have everything, you know, out to the side to make it like one of the widest computers, desktop computers you've ever seen. Put a nice, I've got a nice 1940 monitor on it at the moment, but probably a 1084 would go quite nicely with it. Just for the, you know, the beauty shot, get a nice photo of it. Outline fonts needs at least a meg of RAM.
To the music, 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 to the music.
Oh yeah, I don't have a work partition, so it's going to complain here. I'm not sure what it tries to copy into work, but I don't think it matters. So this should be bootable now. I think it's actually looking for the zip drive here, because if I've got just the zip drive connected with no Syquest, it virtually boots, you know, fairly quickly. But because I've got the zip drive turned on, it's part of the chain. Because the Syquest comes after the zip, I think it sits there and pulls the zip drive for a bit. So that's booting off the Syquest now. And so, yeah, I mean, I could rename that to work. I probably do need to rename it. Just call it Syquest, I know, because I'll put... Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, I might just thinking what I'll do with the 100 meg on the zip. Tempted to call that work, but I don't really want this called games either. This will do in the meantime. And we've got a little bit of stuff there that's not overly important. Maybe this backup here, quite like to keep. But everything seems to be up and running there. That's good. Okay, so now if I just plug in the zip, will it be detected, or do I need to reboot it? And I can just blow that zip drive away, blow away the info that's on it. It's picking up the zip. Okay. Yep. Amiga partition drive. There's nothing on here. That's basically what I used today. Let's delete. Can't do that. So let's do that. Call this DH2 at this stage. 95 meg. Yep. That's good. Reboot's required. Yep. Okay. Okay, and that I will just call. Actually, I need to format it. Please insert this to be formatted in DH2. Why is it called 2.1? Did I cock something up there? Do I have streamer brain? Oh, is this other one called DH2? Yeah, yep, okay. Alright, we'll make this DH1. Reboot. Apparently streamer brain is a thing. Heard someone yesterday, another streamer talking about it. I'm like, I know exactly how he feels. So let's format DH1, okay, yeah, and it's going to do a slow format, so that's going to take a while. Not overly exciting stream content, but anyway, it's, you know, it's par for the course what you basically get when you mess around with ye-old computers. No editing going on. No jump cuts. Oh well. I'd just be sitting here doing it myself, by myself anyway, so I thought, sometimes I think I might as well just stream it, and yeah. People can watch if they want to, they don't have to, of course. Yeah, some of it is pretty dry. So later on this evening, we will be playing Diablo 2 via the Retro WAN. Potentially 6 players, I think, is generally what we seem to get. So just a bunch of guys smattered around the country that connect via a Retro WAN. Oh, okay, yep. 6 players, should be about 6, seems to be about normal, doesn't it, Ento? So yeah, looking forward to that. Still in Act 3, aren't we? I think we'll probably get to the end of Act 3 tonight, won't we? I think. Yeah, it's been suggested that I spend a bit of time out in Act 1 and just, you know, get a bit of loot and whatnot, level up a little bit, but I haven't really had time to do it because I've been messing around with this stuff, but yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. I could probably find some better weapons. I think my character's pretty weak, but I mean, it is the first time I've played it, but I'm having fun. I hire an underling and she cruises around and shoots things. Oh, actually, I think I've got someone a bit more powerful at the moment. So most of my money gets spent on dying and being revived and hiring my hireling that gets taken out. But it's good fun. I think we'll probably finish Act 3 tonight, won't we? And then there's just Act 4 to go. If I knew my command lines better, I probably could have quick formatted this. Oh yeah, so is that Lords of Destruction? That's more, I take it there's more acts in Lords of Destruction, yeah? Oh yeah. Yep. But what's the implication if someone misses a night? Like, I guess, is it just a matter of hopping in later on, you know, when the game, you know, when everyone else is, you know, a few days later or whatever, and just leveling up reasonably close to what everyone else is? Because I'm just thinking one day I might not be able to make it. Oh yeah. And so obviously, because I'm just not quite sure exactly how it works, you've got the server, someone just fires up the server, right? But how does, I mean, I think was it Mev fired up the server last time? But does that mean, yeah, I'm not quite, because it's being hosted by Fat Pooter. So I don't quite understand how you go in and level up on that server, if you know what I mean. Oh, you fired the game up. Oh, I see. So if you're playing by yourself just to sort of level up, do you just fire up? Oh, it's always running. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I've gone in there from time to time and I've not been able to see a server running. And it's like you browse for it, don't you? No, not at the moment. Got too much junk on my desk to even consider doing that. I'm going to have to move this setup for tonight. I'll do that. Once I finish the stream, I'll be moving this off this desk. Probably, actually, I might even prep that desk for work tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, but what I was saying is when I go to look for the server, sometimes whenever I've gone to look for it, I can't see a server listed, but I can when I join on the Sunday nights, unless I'm missing something, but I could hop on later and have a look. Just wondering if I could fire it up, and I can't easily fire it up and show you because I'm using a different output screen and a different input to my VGA splitter. Oh, I see. Oh, I've got you. So when you connect to BattleNet, that's connecting to the server, and then you just fire up your own game, right? And that basically grabs. So if I fired up a game myself, let's say I fired one up now, so I connect to BattleNet and I fired up a server now, I'd actually be running in our game, right? And it's like, because I think it's been suggested I go and just clean up a bit of stuff around Act 1 and just level up and buff up and bits and pieces. So yeah, that makes a bit more sense now. Yeah, I was just not understanding how it worked, and so just I was kind of expecting to connect to BattleNet and then see a server, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I get it now. Yeah. That's saved server side, isn't it? All that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. What I want to look into is whether there's, like, I'm sure there will be partitioning tools for the Amiga operating systems, like like Partition Magic or something like that. So if I ever, for instance, wanted to just move everything out of that Syquest partition, that's the second partition on the Syquest drive, and extend the boot partition, that would be quite handy. Nearly there. It's like watching paint dry, isn't it? Still haven't got to the fun part of this process. The bit I like doing is, installing the WHD load and configuring things, getting the games, testing the games, things like that. Right, that is called ED. We'll change that to now. What I can do is I can remove the zip disk from here, chuck it in the Windows 8 machine with the zip drive attached, and copy all the stuff on that I need. And that's quite a handy way of transferring stuff onto your Amiga. And while I do that, we'll install Directory Opus. Try and capture the Windows 8 machine. How's that? Okay. Yeah, I just didn't have it. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, just trying to get some BGM going. Okay. Right, I've got that configured now. It's been a while since I've used it. Okay. So what I can do is just copy across what I want to the zip disk, which is that work there. So I want install it. Kickstarts. I'm assuming it's doing something. Yeah, hard drive light's blinking there. I don't think that's anyone, is it? That seems to be taking a while. It's doing something, it's just bloody slow. Seems quite slow. Oh, yeah, you're not missing much. It's pretty boring. Try it. That's all part of retro computing. WHD load. Oh, why have I only got the small one here? Oh yeah, there's the big one there, that's fine. That's going to take a while to copy. Might as well grab IDE fix from here. We actually do get the chance to hook up a CD-ROM drive to this today. And I'll just grab like one game for testing. Can probably set the emulator to potentially be a bit faster in this respect. This is a slow process, isn't it? I have to do a bit of work on speeding up this emulator. Yeah. We've made a little bit of progress while you've been away, Xeon. Not much, but a little bit. We're booting from the Syquest drive now. Yeah. Yeah, this is WinUAE. I can speed this up. I'm sure I can. It's just not set up very well at the moment. In the meantime, I'm installing Directory Opus 5, which is also as boring as batshit. It's either be bored with this screen or be bored with the other screen. Yeah, that is just horrendously slow. There's actually some stuff I could do whilst waiting for that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be an interesting project. Yeah, that's right up my alley. Tuxedo. Oh, we can actually make this look a bit better as well. Where are we? Monitor store. What monitors have we got? I think we could run with the multi-scan. So what you need to do is you need to copy the monitor into the monitors folder from the monitors store and then when you go to preferences, you can get better screen modes. Or not, probably needs a reboot. We can use Dopus to do some extracting. Gee, it's hard going back to a non-accelerated Amiga. It's the old school experience. Select a destination. We'll just chuck that into Syquest in the meantime. What? Oh, I needed a reboot. Or LHA hasn't been installed. That's probably more likely. That's the LHA extractor utility for directory Opus 5, but I think you need LHA installed. Soon find out. Yeah. LHA is not installed. So DF1. Oh, that's not going to work. Nope. Nope. Where's that going to go? I didn't put a colon. Oops. Probably going to extract it to a file called Syquest on the floppy disk. That wasn't very bright. Yep. What did that do? Yeah, it did exactly that. Put a colon there, you doofus. That's better. Is it rename? Show 8K to LHA. Yep. I think it goes into S from memory. Oh, it's C actually. Pretty sure it's C. But now when I run LHA, if I go back to, I don't know, that's running there. That's good. Yeah. Whatever. Jeez. So now, I think with a reboot, I need to install this installer. It's just easier to do in Dopus. I think hopefully we can do that without a reboot. Geez, you take the accelerators for granted. I'll speak for myself, but bloody hell. So the installer, if we just extract, chuck it into Syquest. I'm just going to grab one game, chuck on that zip disk. Just for testing purposes. Okay, we need this as well. That's for the CD-ROM. Just gonna grab a quick break.
Now, with over 200 games, there's only time for the important things in life.
Microsoft, ready to play. From the co-designer of the hit title Civilization comes Age of Empires. From the Stone Age to the Iron Age, experience 10,000 years of amazing discoveries as you build your tribe into a great civilization. Will you explore new lands, amass great riches, or conquer all in your path? You choose your favorite form of world domination. Age of Empires.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
The world's #1 selling home computer is now in a family pack, the Commodore 64, plus data cassette and joystick, 4 software programs including Introduction to Basic, a teach-yourself program for the whole family. The Commodore 64 Family Pack, a value of $700 for just $499.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore? 'Cause the Commodore is keeping up with you.
Right, pay attention, Bond. This is the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus 2. It's a fully operational computer with 128K memory, but it comes with 3 James Bond games and a light gun that fires armor-piercing shells. Now that's your assignment. No, don't sit in that chair. Sorry, Bond. Haven't perfected that yet. The Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus 2.
Aren't you astronauts?
Yes, ma'am. We like to compare notes with Stevie on the new space station.
Hi, we're the Pointer Sisters. We need Stevie's help with our new album.
The Amiga computer. What can it do?
Okay, what else do I need? Might as well delete that. Workbench 2.04. I think I just need to copy the this to C as well, and it might need a reboot. Oh, I've got that that game Obsession, which I think is a pinball simulator that Amiga Cami suggested. I've got that to try it at some stage too. And Star Crusader, which is an AGA game, so I'll need the 1200 for that, but or the 4000 when I get it. Actually, I'm not going to go as far as putting the CD-ROM on today. We'll just get this WHD load installed. and then test it with a game, and I think I'll call it after that. So I mean, it's been a while to get hardly anywhere. But, you know, that's just the nature of old computers. Currently copying gods onto the zip disk. And I think I've got everything on there that I need. On that zip. There we go. So you can't hot swap, you have to reboot, I think. Look at that. Hoping that I don't fill the drive here. That's something I haven't really put too much thought into. Is how much room do I need on my boot disk. Some of these files are chunky. 17 megs free. It's 1.5 megs. It seems bigger, doesn't it? Just because of how long it takes to get there. So what else do we need? This here, we need S-kicks. Just don't actually think these are required. I think it's actually... Can I unselect? You won't let me unselect. No. Deselect? Why not? I think it's just what's in here is required. if I should just use the small one, because there's a whole lot of documentation here that different languages. My boys just come back from watching the Minecraft movie. He was not impressed. And I remember, and so my niece, who's a Minecraft fanatic, she wasn't impressed either. She took her granddad along with her, and he didn't know what the hell was going on. Yep. Not my cup of tea. How many movies based on video games have actually turned out to be any good? Yeah. Jeez, this really makes me appreciate my accelerated Amigas. Jeez. Oh, so the Doom movie's worth watching? I didn't know whether to give it a go or not. Oh, how many remakes were there? You're talking about Doom? I thought there was only one. But I live under a rock most of the time when it comes to that. Yeah. Well, this is painful, isn't it? This is all just documentation. I think I should probably just grab a already extracted version of this and get rid of all the docs, eh? Yep. Yep. I think this is going to have to rate up there as one of the most boring streams of all time. Watching files copy, watching files extract. Oh well. Yep. Oh God, we're up to what, Polish is it? PL. Here we go, Russian. Oh God, blimey. I just do this because it's so fast on other machines and I just forget how slow it can be. Oh. Potentially would have organised this ahead of time if I had known. But this is retro computing, isn't it? What's SK? Where are we up to now? Bloody hell. Scandinavian? It wouldn't be that. It'd be SC, wouldn't it? SK. UA. I guess that's... Well, I guess UK would be like English, or EN would be English, wouldn't it? Maybe this is American English. They need a separate one for it. Here we go. Oh my god. Right, and that's just to get it into the RAM. Yeah, that would make sense. Ukraine, yep. Just run with the defaults here. Yeah, it hasn't set the help file up properly. I don't know why. I think it's okay to proceed from there. I think it's actually installed. Bloody hope it has. And I think that needs a reboot. Slovakian or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's reboot it. Yeah, I've got to clear this off for tonight's session as well. By rights, we should be able to run this. Looking okay so far. Zip drive is doing its thing. I think it's actually partly the I/O that's letting the system down. You know, the zip drive's not overly fast. Light is on solid. Maybe it's not a practical option. Either that or it's crashed. The other issue potentially is that you do need a certain amount of chip RAM to achieve this, and it's possible that this machine doesn't have enough. Oh, no, it's going to do it. We'll get a content strike for this. That's all I wanted to see. I don't have a joystick plugged in. Let's see if it's going to actually load. I'm going to put my joystick. Oh man. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Hey! Finally. Might not be all that practical running it from a zip like that though. Seems a bit slow. At least I can say I've got WHD load running on my Amiga 500. You know, that's something. I'm quite curious to try this on the PC. Hey, Amiga Tammy, how are you? Oh, yeah. Yep. Not sure how long you've been here for, but I've just been through a bit of a, 3-hour stream to get to the point where I've got the Amiga 500 running with a Syquest. So well, that's good. Good to hear you're good. So we've got the 500 with the standard 512 chip RAM. It's got the 512 slow RAM. We've got 4 megs fast RAM on the Supra, 2 megs in the A590. I've disconnected the hard drive in there because I didn't want it booting. And got the Syquest 44 meg cartridge drive with the Workbench 2.04 on it. It's not portable. With 2 partitions, and we've got a zip drive with my work folder, games, WHD load, things. And the A1010 sitting here. You know, she's turning into a bit of a beast. The idea was to install a CD-ROM drive, which I've got sitting over here. So to add to the stack, I won't be sitting it on here because it's getting quite heavy. But what I want to do, and I can't really do it here, I don't have the room, is I want to have the Syquest off to here, and then the CD-ROM. So make it like this huge wide machine. And then I was thinking, You know, what else I could connect to it? And if I could, maybe a SCSI scanner or something like that. I don't know. Put a printer on it. What else could I do? Connect up another couple of floppy drives if that's possible. You know, just playing around because I can. But yeah, she's a bit of a stacker at the moment. I think I've got a SCSI scanner. I'll go and have a look at that. I'm not too sure whether I could just plug it straight into the SCSI bus or not. I guess I could. That could be worth having a play with, eh? But yeah, so that's today's. This has been sort of over the weekend type project. And we've had a long weekend this weekend. We had a day off on Friday, so I've been messing around with this for days. The whole idea was to get it to the point where I can boot from the Syquest disk and have this as my storage, the SCSI ZIP as my storage, and boot system from the Syquest. And I've got there finally, and I've just put my one game on for testing. It took quite a while to load off the zip. The gods took ages to load, so I don't think it's overly practical. I mean, possibly a more practical idea would be to put a bigger hard drive into the A590. Use that as the primary drive, because I think it's the I/O that's slowing it down. And maybe just have the zip drive there for transferring files off and on, things like that's quite handy. But it's not the sort of machine that I can have set up permanently anyway. It's the sort of thing I break down and put back in as I want to mess around with it. But, you know. Yeah, that'd be worth looking into. I've got a bunch of physical SCSI hard drives, which I think some of them are working okay. Could probably use, but I don't know, they're probably fairly low capacity. I wonder if that pops up only where he dies. I haven't quite figured that out. Still. Hey, why can't I get through there? I've cocked all this up. What have I done? I'm going to die walking through there. Now I'm trapped. That was stupid. Working on platform game levels. Oh yeah. Oh, I've got to go across here. Will it open now? Yes. Ow. Mistimed it. Oh no, it's alright. Oh no. Oh, I could do so much better in this. Oh, I've got a full load. Turn. Oh, no. Don't have the key. That's it up there. Ah, I've cocked this up so badly. I'm going to take damage again here, right? Oh no. Okay, I'm going to need that. Oh. Need health. Well, it's a hell of a lot quicker than running a floppy once it's loaded. I don't think I want to switch. I don't think that switch is a good idea. Because I think it makes that platform there close, and it's bad for your health. And possibly this is a death trap too if you don't know what you're doing. And I get down here. No. Yeah. So there's something that switches that other spike off as well. Yeah, haven't quite worked out exactly. I did get the high jump though. That's not good for your health either. No, that was, jeez, sucking tonight. Oh, not really trying that hard. And I've lost the boots, right? So I think I have to... I think maybe that kills the... Is it going to give me a bonus? Oh yeah. I think that's what disables the spike. Thinking I should go down first. I should have played this enough to remember, but... Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. That's where I started, yeah. I got transported out, didn't I? What? Oh, I made a big mistake, haven't I? I think it's GG. And that's GG, because you can't get out of there. Anyway, that was just a quick test. There we go. So quite cool to see WHD load running on a Amiga 500. Yeah, player test fail. Seriously. I'm wondering if putting the game into the Syquest drive might be faster. I'm not sure which one would load quicker. I'd have to do some science and put a stopwatch on it, but yeah, Anyway, I'm going to call it there, and we'll see you later on. I'll be back in about, 4 hours for Diablo 2 with the boys on the Retro WAN. So that's the plan of attack. Anyone got any suggestions for someone I could raid? Happy to raid across to anyone that's online at the moment. Yeah, see, I'll catch you later, Xeon. Thanks. Pascal Ampertail. Never heard of Pascal Ampertail. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Cheers, Pika. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging around. It's been a long, drawn-out process, but I got there in the end to a certain extent. I would like to hook up the CD-ROM drive, play Super Frog via CD-ROM, things like that. That's the plan. But yeah, that's probably a stream for later in the week, probably in the evening. We'll raid across to Pascal Ampertail. Thank you everyone for watching. Cheers Xeon. Cheers Amiga Cami for calling in. Ento if you're still there. We'll catch you tonight. Cheers guys.